let me know down in the comments if you follow both of my pages. I was gonna start uploading over here, but I guess YouTube forced me to start uploading since I have a strike on my Louisiana Bullies page. If you don't follow me on both pages, make sure you go on right ahead and go follow me over there as well. Anyways, we have a video with Arlette Emil. I messed up and said Scarlett on one of my channels and one of my videos, but yeah, it's Arlette Emil. And instead of Pop the Balloon, it is Blind Date Love. Sorry, I got the hiccups, you know. But yeah, it's Blind Date Love. So yeah, make sure you leave a comment, let me know what you think. Like the video, sub to the channel.
Episodes. The submission form will be linked in the description box below. Make sure you go ahead and fill that out. Now, this is going to be separate from Pop the Balloon. So if you want to be featured in this specific segment of Blind Date Love, go ahead and click on that submission form below just to go ahead and be considered, and we'd love to have you on. So let's go ahead and get started. As you see here, we do have our wonderful single lady next to me. I'm going to go ahead and have you introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Sherelle. I'm 22. I'm an architectural drafter. So I came on the show today like I'm ready to find love. So I'm really excited.
Okay, just so the guys can know a little bit more about you, what are some things you like to do for fun?
Yeah, so a lot of like my spare time is usually spent with like my friends or my family, but like personally my own hobbies, like I've recently been getting into DJing. I don't do it in public yet, but that's something like I like to do for fun, and like going to the gym, like that's just like my usual go-to right now.
Okay, all right. So we do have 5 single men on the other side of this curtain. I know they're just waiting to hear more about you and you more about them.
Absolutely.
And we do see here you have a set of questions.
I do.
And we're gonna go through each round. You're gonna ask them a couple of questions, whatever it is, get to know them. And after each round, I'm gonna have you eliminate a guy until we are down to your match.
Okay,
you ready?
Yes, I am.
Guys, are we ready? Are we ready over there?
Most definitely.
Yes.
Okay, they don't sound ready to me, but whatever. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and have you start with your first question.
So my first question is like, can you state like a fun fact about yourself, or just like anything, like, you know, to let me get to know you more?
And let's start with your name and age as well. So we'll start with contestant number 1.
Hey, I'm contestant number 1. My name is Rich. I'm 25 years old. And I would say a fun fact for me would be being involved with kids. I love the community, so that's something that I'm most definitely interested in. Just being able to connect with children and to provide resources to people that are less fortunate.
Okay, yeah, that's really sweet.
And contestant number 2?
I'm contestant number 2. I'm Andre. I'm 30. A fun fact about me is I like to make clothes. I taught myself how to sew. Taught myself how to do for a lot of things. I like to be very hands-on with stuff.
And now for contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3, my name is James. What I like to do is mobile bartend. I run my own mobile bartending business. Been doing that for about 1.5 years, and I really enjoy it.
Now contestant number 4.
Contestant number 4, my name is Tavier. I love to make music, love all things music, love to go to concerts, festivals, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, and contestant number 5.
Hi, I'm contestant number 5. My name is Kai. A fun fact about me, I guess, I love cars. I'm also an entrepreneur. I just bought my first water and ice store. Yeah, I don't know. Loads of big money.
Okay, all right. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, nice to meet them.
Okay, go ahead and take it off with your next question for them.
So definitely something I want to know about you guys is, have you ever cheated, and do you think it's like a deal breaker in a relationship?
Okay, we jumping right on in. Let's start with contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, in my younger years, of course, cheating is something that you do because you learn in a relationship. But in the older years, I wouldn't say so. So no. And then a deal breaker, would cheating be a deal breaker? What form of cheating? If you're communicating with someone else, I kind of feel like I'm someone who is a great man, so I don't necessarily kind of wouldn't give in to that in a sense. But it's like, if you're so involved with me, there shouldn't be nobody else.
Okay. Okay. Contestant number
right.
two.
It shouldn't be
Contestant number
nobody else.
2, no, I never cheated, and it's
What you
definitely
were
a
saying
deal
at
breaker
first.
with me. Like, I don't share.
All right. And contestant number three.
Contestant number 3, yes, I have cheated. I
No,
don't think it's
why
a
would
deal
you say
breaker.
that?
I feel like it depends on the
Big
relationship, working on it, getting through it together,
Contestant
and just
number three,
growing.
what
And
is you
if you guys
talking
got to go
about,
your
bro?
separate ways or
You
move
supposed to
forward
lie.
with it together, then that's what
Wait
you
a
got to do.
minute. Pause the video.
Okay.
Guys, whatever you do, don't be like contestant number 3. You gotta lie, especially when it's a good woman. When you just out there having fun, you can tell them the truth, no problem. But when you're trying to find you a good woman, don't say nothing like this. Okay, back to the video.
Contestant number 4.
It really ain't no
Contestant
reason
number
to
4.
cheat.
Honestly
I'm
speaking,
treating you right. You
I don't
treating
understand
me
the reason
right.
to cheat because
Ain't no reason
for
to
me,
cheat.
I get in relationships
But
because I,
ain't nobody happy.
aspire that relationship. I want that relationship. So, personally, I haven't done that, but and I do think it's a deal breaker because if you cheated once, you're probably gonna do it again. So.
You know how a lot of
Okay,
females
and contestant
be
number
saying
5.
nowadays they want to have
Contestant
some
number
money on the
5.
side
Personally, I've never
just in case
cheated.
the relationship don't work
I
out.
do think it's a deal breaker, but I feel like it's
Planning
a
on
choice.
leaving
If you
me?
chose to make
You-
that decision, and step
Planning
out on
this
me, you
relationship don't work
willingly
out.
and consciously
not
make
planning
that
on
decision.
build this
So
relationship
you weren't thinking about
instead
me
of
or how I would
planning on
feel.
the failure.
So personally, it is a deal breaker for me because if it were me, I would
What
just
is you
leave
talking
personally.
about?
Okay.
Fellas, don't be like 3 and 5. I had to pause the video one last time for this. 5 was hesitant on saying he don't want a woman when he knows she cheating. No, you gotta go and let her be. You can't save them. You could try, but when they don't want to be saved, don't try. Let them be. You gave them a chance. You try to do all this, and then they start talking and nagging, trying to make you feel bad about the things you do. Let them be. Don't stress yourself. There's so many men in the grave or going to the graveyard early from the stress that they cause or that you put yourself through. Think about it.
All right. Let's go ahead and throw in one more question in this round, and then we're going to go ahead and...
So, my last question for this round is, how open are you to therapy and issues
I like
related to
that
mental health
question.
in men?
Okay, let's switch it up. Let's start with contestant number 5 first.
And this right here,
Contestant number 5. Sorry. My parents work in the behavioral health field, so I'm always open to. I'm kind of hip to it. I'm not against therapy. I just hope it's for the right reasons. Not trying to prove a point or try and get over on somebody of pointing out their downfalls or where they lack. But I'm definitely down for it.
Okay. Contestant number 4.
I'm contestant number 4. I think therapy is very important for everybody. And personally speaking, I've dealt with some issues that I needed therapy myself with, but didn't really go seek that. So I feel like that's very important for everybody to do, to experience. So
you have to find some type of something
Number 3.
therapeutic.
Contestant number 3, I think mental health is really important, but I'm not the type to really go to therapy right now. I'm open to it,
You'll
but
say something good and something
I'd
bad
rather
right
just
after.
communicate and
You
see
out
what
of
it is
here,
with that.
buddy. I bet you he the first one gone.
Contestant 2, I would say I'm open to it. I've actually been to therapy when I was in the military, so
Come on, man.
Yeah, it's
Spit it out.
definitely helped me out. So I wouldn't
My guy's
mind
fumbling
going. Like
over
if I
his
had a
words and he ain't
problem,
even
I
seen it yet.
wouldn't mind going to seek therapy.
She got your tongue.
Okay. And number 1.
Contestant number 1, I'll say I'm most definitely open to therapy. I've been in therapy. I do social work as well, and so I'm helping people out all the time. And so even healing journals, black men healing journals, if those individuals who never had one get one. So I'm all in support of mental health.
I'm looking to it though. Appreciate
Right.
that.
I know you heard a lot.
I did hear a lot.
So unfortunately, it is time where we do have to eliminate someone from
Okay,
our
y'all.
lineup of
Who you
men.
think she
Yeah.
finna
From
eliminate?
the 5 different
I
guys
know
we
who it
heard,
is.
whose answers
Number
weren't you
3.
really resonating with?
I
he
think
gotta
for
go.
me, the person I wasn't resonating with the most was contestant number 3.
Okay.
told you.
Reasons is the
told
cheating
you.
and
I told you.
I don't
I
think that's
told
something
you.
in a relationship that you can necessarily jump back. I'm sorry.
Like
No,
backpedal
she's
from,
not
like
gonna
recover
I
go.
from,
just
I guess.
don't think like that's something you can necessarily work
It's
through.
alright.
So yeah, that's my
I
reasoning.
know what
Okay,
you
so
talking
we're
about.
eliminating contestant
Come
number
on.
3.
Contestant number 3.
Okay,
Yes.
contestant number 3, let's have you come on out.
See that smirk she made? Whoa.
If you want to go
She
right
got
on over
that
there.
Oh,
All right, so if you want to
She
remind us of your
cute.
name again.
James.
James,
And she
okay.
got
So James, she ended up
bang.
eliminating you because of, the cheating thing and all of that. If you want to kind of elaborate on what you
forget
said a
all
little bit
that,
more,
man.
or do
I'm
you
the
understand
guy
where she's
she
coming from
looked
I
as
understand
well?
where she's coming from. I
Yeah.
feel like it's
Hey,
a deal
Arlette,
breaker for a lot of
I'm the
people.
guy
It-
she
like I said,
looking for.
it depends on the relationship. Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, we do thank you so much for coming on.
Man,
Thank you. I
so much.
Thank you
appreciate
for your
it.
time.
I treat her
Nice to
right.
meet you as well.
We can make a baby.
Okay,
tonight.
that was our first elimination.
That was our first elimination.
Let's go ahead and move on to round 2. Hit them with their
Okay,
first
yeah.
question.
So my first question for the second round for you guys is, do you prefer a partner that's more similar to
I
you
say she
or
got some
different?
good questions. It's
Okay, let's
just,
start with contestant number 1.
we need headphones
Contestant number
or
1, I would
something.
say
So we don't
it
have
kind of
the same
depends. I
answers.
feel like differences can make each other better, but also those similarities are important as well because I want to do things with you. I want to go places with you, but we do have differences. Then I would be comfortable with learning what you like, and then you learning what I like, and then we do it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, I would say it kind of, just depends on the relationship. Obviously, we would have to have some things that are different so that I would be able to get to know you and you would be able to get to know me. But on the other hand, we would definitely share some of the same things as well because, I mean, if we're going to be working on something or a relationship, we are obviously going to have some of the same interests. But it's kind of going to go
they
both
are
ways.
Right.
All right, and contestant number
But-
4.
I'm contestant number
Why I
4.
say
I'll
the
just say,
same
pretty
exact
similar to
thing.
these guys.
It ain't like
It
y'all
does really
can't say
depend.
something
For me,
different.
I find like
Everybody
the
trying
more
to
you're
sound
similar with somebody, the more
give
you
the
can connect with them.
right
So for me, I
answer.
like to make music
So they-
and do all
she
things
could
music
pick them.
related. So I like to go to concerts, festivals,
Like,
do
that's
fun
what-
things. You know what I mean?
what that is.
And
Number
if you're not
4,
into that, it
that's
might
what he
just
sound like. He just trying to
it
be
might
Mr.
hinder
Perfect
our
for-
relationship
It's
just
working.
slightly. But I'm open to anything, to be honest with you. So.
Okay.
And number 5.
Contest number 5. I'm kind of agree with everybody else. I do like the mix of the two, but I do
Again,
like having
all
differences.
with
I
the
feel like me
same
personally, I like to hear like a different side of a
music.
story or a
We know
different
you
view.
like
Especially me,
music, dude.
I'm
Come on
very
with
used to
something
kind of
different.
hearing
You
people
keep
being the
saying
same,
music 'cause
similar,
he
same
said that in the
ideas. So
beginning.
I like
Come on,
hearing
man.
that.
She hear you.
That other perspective on it.
She hear you.
Personally, but yeah.
All right, good responses.
Yeah.
Let's hit them with another question.
Okay, so my second question for you guys is, what sets you apart from other men in today's dating culture?
Text that. See, I'm liking
Okay.
these questions.
Let's switch it up. Let's start in the middle of the
They
lineup.
just
Let's
need
start with
different
number 2.
answers. Not like that too, Arlette.
All right,
You
contestant
mixing
number
it
2, I
up.
would say
You
what
ain't
makes
just
me different
keep going
is
down
I'm
the
pretty
lineup
hands-on,
so they
and
can
you don't
prepare
have to tell me
themselves
stuff. Like, I pay
for
attention.
what they gonna say.
I pay attention to
No,
detail.
I like that.
And then, like, my background and, just things that I've been through, as far as, like, growing up around women, I was brought up around women. So, like, I just kind of, I have more of a caring side. I'm not just, like, out here just, with no feelings or, like, I actually think about my actions and stuff. And I'm the type, like, I don't do stuff that I don't want done to me because, like, I take things to the heart. So once I'm not feeling a certain way about you anymore, like, it ain't no coming back from that. So I kind of try to keep that in mind as far as, like, how I'm moving too, so I wouldn't want to do anything that I wouldn't want you to do to me, pretty much.
No, I like his answer.
All right, and let's hear from number 5.
Very well
what sets me aside, I feel like I'm my own person. So as far as like making decisions or just really, I feel like I've gotten as far as I've gotten based off my own experiences, my own decisions I make. I'm not easily influenced, and if it's something I want to do, I'm gonna do it. Obviously, consideration to like who I'm with, but I'm not like a follower. I make my own way, my own motion. So if I mess up, that's on me. I don't have to like drag anybody down with me. Like I don't know, open my own 2 businesses by myself. I'm on my dream car 24. I just feel like I've just been moving at my own pace, doing my own thing. So I'm not really into like the other limelight or anything like that.
Okay, and number 4.
Contestant number 4. Ultimately, what makes me different is that I'm looking for marriage. To be real, somebody I can build with, grow with, have kids with, spend the rest of my life with. So this is not just like a dating show for me. It's like, I want to get to know you. I want to know what you like, what you don't like, and hopefully, the connection builds and builds and builds, so we, can further that relationship and ultimately just grow together in harmony on one accord. Man. So.
We all know she gonna pick you.
And contestant number 1.
She owed us
contestant number 1.
I know she gonna pick you.
I would say for me, just attention to detail. I think what makes me different is just I enjoy paying attention to detail, being deliberate in what I do. And so with that being said, like everything that we're going to set out to do, we're going to be the best to do it. So whatever dreams you have, we're going to conquer those. Whatever dreams I have, we're going to conquer those. And just like contestant 4 said, you date to marry. So that's the intention. And so with the intentionality and us coming together, what's stopping us?
Okay. All right, let's throw one more question into this round.
Okay, so another question I want to know from you guys is, what do you think is your biggest red flaw or flag?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, my biggest red flag, it would be my heart. My heart put me in bad spots of just kind of people who do me wrong, to be able to continue on and love them. And I think sometimes they can get you taken advantage of.
Okay. Contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, I would say the same thing, kind of like just my heart for real. Like I be just too caring, and like I look past a lot of stuff. I give way too many second chances, and like I like to be for my people. So if I mess with you, I'm gonna give you 1,000 chances before I really just be like, all right, I'm done. So that's kind of like my biggest flaw right there.
Okay. Number 4.
I'm not trying to steal their answers or anything, but honestly, it is my heart, because I feel like I'm a very nice person sometimes, and then that kind of comes off and rubs off in the wrong way with certain people. So I just try to avoid doing that, you know what I mean? Because whoever I'm dating, or
everybody, so they don't hear each other out.
Pursuing to marry, that's who I want to be with, so I don't want anything else to come in between that. So yeah, I'll just say it's my heart, my caring nature. It's how my family is, it's how I grew up, so can't help it, but I'm working on it.
Okay, and our last guy, contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I feel like for me, it's probably going to be like my personality. I'm a people's person, so I do network, and it's easy for me to talk to people and kind of like, get my way and bring myself into a room. I feel like that, especially for if I'm going to be with somebody, I feel like they have to be able to understand that and know that like, I'm not like a quiet person, so I am going to be out networking, and I feel like, they just have to be strong enough and, have the enough security to be able to withstand that and know that I do talk. I'm not like a very quiet person. It's gotten me into rooms I wouldn't have gotten if I was quiet. So I just feel like it's easy to be respected. Like, if I'm moving a certain way and I'm trying to do certain things, I expect you to understand that and allow me to do what I need to do to make sure we're good.
Level up.
Okay. All right, guys. That was round 2.
It's round 2.
So it's time to eliminate someone. Who are you leaning towards eliminating?
I am leaning towards contestant number 1.
You don't want them to think that, although that's what you're doing.
I'm just kind of not feeling that initial draw to him.
Y'all understand.
So yeah, that's my reasoning today.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to have you stand on over there, and let's go ahead and bring out contestant number 1.
Yes, Lord.
Hello. You can remind us of your name again?
Rich.
Rich, okay, Rich. So she ended up eliminating you. I think she said she wasn't really feeling your responses. How do you feel now that you've seen her? How do you feel now that you've seen him? Like, what's going through your head?
I mean, very beautiful. I mean, you got to be yourself and be honest. So that's how I move.
Absolutely.
Was there anything specific he said that you were like,
the guy that she gonna choose?
No, I think I was just kind
all
of
this
leaning
talk.
more towards
He
other
ain't gonna look
responses
up the
versus
part.
his. So obviously,
He
I don't
looking
want
for
to
me.
waste your
I'm
time
telling
if I'm not getting that
you.
initial
Hope
like
you guys
impression
enjoyed the
or
video.
spark. So
It's the
that's
end
my
of it.
reasoning today.
all right, well,
I'll
thank you so much
probably
for
do
coming
it
on,
next
Rich.
week tomorrow.
All right, let's go ahead and move on up.